Can you see my screen, people? Okay, excellent. So I'm just going to go to the first question. If you have a microphone, please say I have a microphone, I'd like to speak, and then I can unmute you and you can speak to me. But like I said, I've muted every single person, so there isn't just random noise, because this is being recorded as well. So that's why. So if you do have a microphone, say I have a microphone, John, I'd like to ask a question, and then I'll unmute you. So let me just go over this one. Basic question. I know it's early, answer to Neo, and you're trying to get things out. How it will be. Yeah, I get what you mean by open all 28 pairs, but I'll never do that to you. I've used a lot of indicators and I'm aware of any issues. This is the whole reason why I did open up the group, the Neo trading area. I opened that up specifically just so anyone else can see in here who's not here. Let me just go into that so everyone can see, and that's not already on the early access list and would like to get into there. Where are we? Yeah, just bear with me. I'm going to have to move around my share screen. Okay, so you should be able to see this area right here. So this is the Neo trading area. I opened this area specifically for, and I did mention it in my videos, is that because I'm in phase one, instead of me holding Neo back for like an eternity, let's just say, obviously it wouldn't be that long, but you can understand my logic behind that. I've said, okay, let me release Neo to the public so the public can use Neo, because I'm able to use Neo myself and manage to get profitable trades like this as well. But I've said, because a lot of people have been asking me for a long period of time now, especially people in the VIP, they're more aware of Neo as a whole. So I've said, okay, if I do put it out there, of course, I need to just know how everything is working, if it can work with X amount of users on there, etc. This is why I have phase one. So now with phase one is that obviously it's not built into the system right now, where it's just reading all the trades that might appear that could be a Neo type setup. So I said, that's no problem for now, because I know that 28 pairs or how many X pairs are not going to all go off. It should be at least 28 pairs, but I know they're not all going to go off at once. I'm aware of it because I created the system. Usually, you know, you'll get like 3 or 4 maybe in a day that can go off, not every day, in a day when it does appear to set up. Or you can be in a position where you might get 10 that might be in that said day, 5 in one day, 5 in another. It just depends. But I'm able to have time, because I'm aware of the strategy. I'm able to have time to be able to show everybody, okay, these are the charts you need to have open on your chart. It's not because people are used to I get an indicator, I can just look at the pairs and I should be expecting something and get something, a result from that. You need to scrub your mind completely away from that with Neo. Neo is not going to be designed in that way. Neo is going to be designed in such a way where it's more of an at ease type thing with the trader. And that was part of the reason why it took longer for me to create Neo, because I didn't want it to be something where people had to be at the charts all day, every day, watching the charts. So the strategy had to be built in a certain way. Whereas when you do even get notifications, it's because the chart has moved in a period of time. So that's kind of what it is. So going into phase 2, there will be changes in terms of that. Sorry, not even phase 2, because we're in version 2 now. So I might as well say going into version 3 to get rid of that issue entirely of the 28 pairs. This is why I'm sorting out the Telegram group. It will be a paid group as well, but it'll be much cheaper than the price of Neo. It'll be all together anyway, so it wouldn't really matter. And what it's going to do is in the Telegram group, you're just going to be able to receive, hopefully so, a screenshot of the trade. So even if you do use TradingView, you can mark up the chart yourself if you want to, and you're going to, and this will be exactly what your MT4 will look like as well. So you're going to get a screenshot, and you're going to most likely get the entry that says in there. So you know how usual signals come across on a Telegram service or something, you might say TP stop loss entry. So it'll be either or one of the two, or both of them together. You'll get something like that. And that way people won't have to have a virtual server for MT4. Unfortunately, yes, MT4 is a bit dated. I understand that, but I was more happy with their rules and their regulations. So I could use their software a lot more easier than TradingView. So I'm not getting banned every 2 seconds for something ridiculous. And then you're also not going to have to leave your computer on 24/7, because obviously it'll be on Telegram. You can set up a notification on your phone whatever you have, iPad, whatever it might be, where you get a certain alert, different sound from Telegram. You should be able to do that on your phone anyway. From all your apps, you can set apps to have a different notification sound, so you're aware that, oh, this notification whilst my phone was on the table is from Telegram. Let me go check it out to see if it's Neo that's produced a trade for me. So that is version 2. I feel like that would even be better than telling people to, you know, start setting up some way or whatever. So like I said, it's still early days, but that's what will happen. So right now you just have to take it all in your stride, and you've got me trading with you pretty much most of the day. So, you know, you're getting more than just Neo. That's how bad it is right now, because it's phase 1. Like I said, I like to integrate everything with how I trade. So hopefully that answers that question. It's a bit of an in-depth answer, but hopefully it answers your question. If you can just confirm that, my friend, if it did answer your question. No problem at all. Okay, let me go back here. Give me a second. Let me go back here. Share. Just give me a second. Okay, we'll go back here. Okay, that's that question now. So now I'm on this one, T Glasgow. Yep. So I'm going to go through all the questions bit by bit. Just bear with me, please. I do like to explain myself in depth because I don't like to miss things sometimes. And plus it's being recorded, so at least anyone can go back and they can check out, you know, whatever I've said. They can pause it, write down whatever they need to do. So it will be in depth, the answers, and I take it that will help people. So if my account size is 500 USD, can I use the Neo indicator? Of course you can. You can use it at that with that type of money. You could use the Neo indicator with $50 or $100. But here's where I'm going to hit you with something that is more of a mentorship type thing. And it goes into a mentorship type thing in terms of psychology when it comes into trading. There is different tiers in terms of trading, and you'll probably hear me speak about this soon. There's a starter tier in terms of trading. There's an intermediate tier in terms of trading when you're starting, and then there's an advanced, let's call it that, where you're literally turning yourself into a pro trader. And why I'm going to say this is because if you're giving yourself anything less than $1,000 even to trade in the market, you're still kind of testing the waters of how to trade. And I wouldn't even look to be trying to become profitable if you're trading less than that in the market. The reason why I'm saying this is because it's nothing for the market to go 50 pips the wrong way, 100 pips the wrong way sometimes. And don't get me wrong, people might say that's down to strategy, but in theory, it could do that with a news event, and it could do that randomly sometimes. It doesn't even have to be fundamentals. So even if you are starting with 500 USD, you must only be trading 0.01. And then on top of that, you should only be trading a certain amount of trades. So if Neo had 5 pairs that are open, don't trade all 5 of them at 0.01. Just don't do it, because you got to understand, regardless of what you're trading, however you're trading, even putting Neo completely out of the, completely aside, you need to start understanding it in terms of trading and respecting your account. You do not want to be over leveraging your account for no reason. There is no need. If you want to ask me what is a good enough starting balance to start Forex with, not with Neo, Forex, I would say you want to be getting closer towards $3,000, towards $5,000 and going forward. Of course, I understand everybody's not going to have that, but that is the realism of you being able to go into a trade, yeah, and now you being able to say, okay, I don't have to be sitting here every single second micromanaging this trade. Because if you've got $3,000 to $5,000 to invest into Forex, your psychology in terms of Forex is going to be in a completely different mindset. It would only be in a bad mindset if you're trying to turn that 5,000 into $1 million overnight, which realistically you shouldn't be doing. If you're trading 0.01 with $3,000 in your account, you're trading at a third of what you could be trading, which is 0.03. So therefore, you're taking every single trade with extreme caution, and you can grow over a period of time like that. Trust me, you can. You just got to do the maths. So that's what my real answer is to that question for you. And I'm sure that will help a lot of people that do tune into this or do watch the recording after, that you got to understand, regardless of what you're doing, trading Forex with $500 is not going to be the most, it's not going to be the professional way of trading. That's the best way for me to put it for you. It's a beginner way, 100%. And so you can understand risk, you can understand how it feels to be in a real market, being apart from demo, but it is not going to get you a decent enough growth, I would say, over a period of time. And you'll kind of be playing with yourself. You'll realize you start going in circles, and you'll see that. And if you do realize that, come back to me after in the direct message and tell me, John, you were right or I was wrong. But you'll realize what I've seen from that, and what I've seen loads of other people go through is you start going in this weird little circle. You win trades, you lose trades, you win trades, you lose trades. And really, I believe that's because your psychology will be off because of your money that you've invested. So you're scared to lose $30 of that. But if it's $5,000, you can lose $30 if the trade's wrong. You're not going to start micromanaging the trade every 2 seconds. So hopefully that answers that question anyway. I don't want to go too much into it, but hopefully that answers that question. Cool. Okay, do I have any more questions, please? Do I have any questions based on Neo that you have right now at the moment? Okay, what's this one here? If I get access to receiving Telegram notification. It's up to you what you want to do. It will come as a whole trading suite. So I know some people will ask me, oh, can I just get the notifications? No, it won't be like that. They come together. Of course, that's not the question you're asking, but I've had loads of DM questions. I know there will be people that ask me questions like that. What I will say is that, yeah, it's up to the individual. If you don't want to run MT4 and you're in the, but you've got, obviously you've paid for your Neo subscription. You've got the alerts with that in that Neo subscription as well. Let's just say now, you can just use Telegram if you want to, but that's down to you in terms of how you manage your trade. Remember, I am not trying to, I'll just be honest, I'm not trying to sell anybody anything that is going to be, you can just enter the trade here and it's going to win. That's not the case. Forex will never be like that for anybody. And people need to realize that doesn't matter where you can go and go to the highest mountains out there in the most foreign lands to try and find a secret remedy. Forex doesn't work like that. You need to know how to use risk management and how to manage your trades, regardless of what software you're using, because that's what will make a lot of beginner traders lose trades. They'll just buy something, expect they can just trade it because it says so, and they'll make money. It doesn't work like that, Forex, because Forex is a reaction type market. So nobody can predict the future of that. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's basically that. So you can leave it there, but I would still advise you to obviously use TradingView or something to check your chart analysis every 4 hours to see what's happening. You know, and that's what I advise people to do anyway in the Neo trading area. Yeah, so Neo is an indicator that works a multi-time frame. So you'll see right now, so I go down to the 1 minute chart. If it will load, the market has closed right now. So I don't know if it will load. So I don't think it will load up right now. The market's closed already. So basically, it doesn't matter. I do show it in the video though. So you can go to my YouTube video. I will put that one in the group anywhere for anybody to see. You can go to any single time frame and this same trade will be here. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what, as soon as Neo comes up with that alert, doesn't matter what time frame you're on. Doesn't mean if you go to the 1 minute, you're getting a better entry. If you go to the daily, you're getting a slower entry. It doesn't matter. Whenever the alert pops up, it will pop up, and it doesn't matter what time frame you're on. Because I feel like what a lot of people, and let me answer the other question first. Yes, it is swing trading, but then no, it isn't. It's what I was talking to one of my other traders about. Neo is more of a position trading software, and position trading means you get in the market here, but if it was to pull back, so example of this year is that, okay, the first trade here for USD JPY came in here. Yep, it came in here, but when the trade hit stop loss or TP, the trade would disappear. I did that so you don't have loads of these markers all over your chart. And on top of that, even if you want to, you can just take a screenshot, hopefully so it'll be in the Telegram group. So you could always back test if you want to in various other ways, other than it having to be on your chart right here and right now. So as you can see, the entry was here for the sell. Then price obviously decided to do the sell, fake out, and start buying up. You can even see from the way the candle patterns look, it looks incorrect. There was a forced sell back into a pushed buy. They pushed the buy, and then they hit your stop loss. Okay, cool. So this would have been your first position in this trade. Stop loss got here. But then I always tell people, if the entry was here again, so imagine it hit your stop loss, yeah, and then came back here again, you could from here, if the entry was still here, you could still enter that trade. I'm not saying you can't, yeah, but that's down to the trader's choice. But it wouldn't have been there personally, it would have just disappeared. I'm just saying if it was, yeah. And now what happened is that price pulled back to here. So price pulled back here from this entry all the way before you got your next markup, about 40 pips. That is valid enough for you to enter the trade again if it pops up like this, yeah. And now this goes back to my point of $500 in your account. Trades can do this no matter what system you're trading. And trust me, I'm telling you, there's probably other people that have tested more indicators than me, but in terms of like where I am in trading, there isn't like loads of people that have tested indicators as much as I have. I just have to say that people have seen that. And it doesn't matter what you're trading, what style you're trading, trades can just pull back. They can just pull back and they can hit your stop loss. You don't take offense to it. You either don't trade the pair again or you re-enter. Simple. So this is the indicator that I'm showing you right now, by the way, for that last question that just came through. This is it here. 1, 2, 3. I'll explain when I go to that question why it's that simple, but let me finish this one quickly. So you can see right here, yeah, was your re-entry for this trade. Yeah. And when the re-entry came in, your stop loss was up here this time. Did price go and hit your stop loss the next time? No, it didn't. Sadly, I was actually in this trade. I gave this trade to every single person in the Neo train area as well. So even when it pops up here, just in case people don't get the Neo notification, just like it will be on Telegram, in the Neo trading area, once you purchase the software, I also gave out just like a signal, like so the, you know, you can just crop your phone screen with the TP entry, etc. I just put that in there in the group. And yeah, this trade actually did go on to win. But my suspicion was that JPYs wanted to buy. So that was the issue there. But, you know, it did go on to win. So Neo was correct in terms of that. So hopefully that does answer your question there. So it is position trading, and that's why I said it. But at the same time, it can turn into lovely swing trades, as we've seen previously in all the other charts that I have shown in the group. So when we go into this group here, you'll see here, here, you can see that it can produce. So now this is this one here. So you can see that it can produce swing trades as well. Yeah. So it's supposed to give you an entry for a trade that can turn into a swing trade. And once you get big enough with your capital, you'll be able to take off positions. So you'd be able to take off 0.01, 0.01, and 0.01, whatever. So eventually you would have been banking profits, taking it all the way up to wherever it decides to eventually do a mass move and stop you out. Yeah. So that's that one there. Let's go back to here. Okay, let me go down to the next question. At what time the markets open? The markets open again at Sunday at 10 p.m. London time. You'd have to, if you check in the group, I've posted the world clock thing there so everyone can use the world clock to understand the difference between time frames. I don't know how to start working it all out because it's just crazy everywhere, you know. So just use that world clock, find where you are, and you can match it up to when New York, London, and Asian session open, or Sydney as well. So that's when you'll be able to know that. But it's 10 p.m. London time on Sunday. That's exactly when the markets will open again. So you can work that out. Yeah, so back to the indicator question. So yeah, this is the indicator here. And a major thing I've done with this indicator, and I think it almost scares some people sometimes when they look at it because they're confused whether is it a signal service or is it an indicator? But the biggest thing I've had, and I've noticed, if you get rid of the other lines I've put here, so this red line and this purple line, notice how clear your chart is once you have this Neo on your chart. Your chart is so clear. So it leaves you enough to do whatever you want. If you want to start now saying, okay, you know what, I'm going to start drawing trend lines from here to here, just to see this, to make sure to see, oh, if price respecting it, you can see what happened here. Neo popped up. This was a this was a lower high. So this was your higher high, here was your lower high. So Neo's popped up and it's told you to take this as a sell trade, and it's giving you some type of market structure. Look how the market structure is pretty much respecting this area. So look at the trend line. This is just basic Forex in these terms, but this is why I made Neo very clear, because instead of having 1,000 things on your chart and telling you, oh, when this turns left and then this turns right and then at this time and then all of, why do you need all of that on your chart? I had to look at Neo from a point of view where if the most basic person came into Forex with just having a clean chart and understanding how to put support and resistance on their chart, you know, starting to learn risk management. Well, let's even put it this way, at least support and resistance on their chart, then they'll be able to take a Neo trade. And then now if we want to start going into risk management, that's all they have to start learning now. They don't have to start learning how to figure out a fantastic strategy on how to trade. I've done that for you by creating Neo. I've done all of that work, all of this back testing that people ask me, can I back test, can I do all of this? You don't really need to do that when it comes to Neo. I've done all of it, and all of the proof is in all of those pip count groups. I've been doing this for more than, like, literally about 2 years now in terms of giving it to the public, and longer than that myself. And yeah, it's just there. It's just documented there. So people can see that trades that I've been taking or trades that I've been giving out have been hitting these levels or going towards these types of levels. Neo just does that for you in a much cleaner version. That's what it is. So does that, hopefully that answers your question about shows the indicator. Is there any other questions you got for me in regards to Neo right now? Please flood them in. We're still early into the Zoom, so, you know, I'm going to answer that question right now, but look at this now. So you see what this is? This is a wedge pattern as well. So if you want to start doing stuff like that, you can start doing all of this. This will help you, because you can see right here, when Neil gave you this alert right here, yeah, now this was better for you here. So when you got this one and you saw it was on a perfect trend line, this could even tell you that this was a better trade. This is me just throwing random stuff out there that I don't need to do it. I just believe what Neo does. But, you know, I know regardless of me giving someone Neo, they're still going to have other indicators on their chart and whatnot. So you can see right here, this is like your wedge pattern right here, or your flag pattern, if you want to call it that. You can see right here, you've got a bottom for support. You have a trend line. You've got Neo telling you to sell. And then where was Neo set? Where did Neo sell right down to? Where was your take profit near? It was right here, market structure. So it's nothing overly complicated. It just tells you that this trade is basically warming up and ready for an entry. So it's like that with Neo. Okay, so let me see this question here. Let me just grab a drink quickly. Give me a second, people. Yeah, to make it easier, I'm just going to put the price to $59.99. So I'm not going to make it two separate prices and all of that. A lot of the times when you do all these types of things, it just confuses people. So it would just be $59.99. All the people that get in there, that got in the first access, early access, there's only like 2 more spaces. Those people there, they're all going to have the first month of Telegram for free, because that's, I always try to do something, you know, to give the people thanks for, you know, even taking the time out to look and be interested in what I'm doing. So that answers that question there. Any other questions? T Glasgow, you got another question there? For now, what most likely might happen is that I'll try and add people 5 by 5. We'll see what happens with that. So I'll just open up spaces of 5 and then let more people in like that. My biggest concern is any type of connectivity issues. So one of the issues you will get right now, if you put Neo on your chart from your indicators list, so if you was to go here and you put Neo on your chart, if you don't type your username exactly how I gave it to you, it will say the Neo's expired. If you don't put common and go to allow DLL here, you don't tick that, it can say the Neo's expired as well. So there's many little different things that it can say that it's expired. Not many, but it's like that one there could come up. Or then there is the worst case scenario I have had at the moment with Neo, is where your chart completely crashes. So it just won't load up. So that's not often. There's only one user at the moment, I believe, of that. Like I said, I'm being completely honest with everyone here. There's one user that goes through that at the moment, but I am looking into finding out what that bug is, whether it's from Neo, whether it's from a setting they might have. Of course, if it is from a setting, I need to know so I can make sure other users don't have it. So that is my main reason of having an early access list. If there is any bugs or any major bugs do come up with people having connectivity issues, then I want to make sure that I can solve them within reason, because it's literally only me sorting it all out. So I'm only one person that has to trade myself as well at the same time. And I've got the mentorship and other things as well. So that's the reason why. So I will probably start adding people 5 by 5, but I'll let people know how it goes. How long will it be if you have a Neo indicator before? We can trade without you. Remember, it's going to be the Telegram group. So as soon as you get the Telegram group, because remember, I'm only giving said trades out, but the system's already given it anyway. So even if I don't give it, if the system had those trades already to just give to you, just be able to take them. So the system definitely is self-sufficient 100%. This is why I'm setting up the Telegram group, just to make sure you got an alert. So I can literally create, it's not impossible to do. You just got to go to the system and then create an alert system to give you alerts on all these pairs. But like I said, I don't want to do certain types of things because of connectivity issues. So I need to make sure the phases are going in the appropriate stages. So I'm like, okay, this is working, this is working. So if I find any bugs, I can cut them out quickly. But if I just put everything out there, I'm not going to know what's going. One person's going to say, I'm not getting alerts. The next person's going to say it's expired. The next person's going to say it's lagging. The next person's going to say it's this, it's that. You know, you got to remember, like I said, I've got to answer all of these direct messages without trying to be rude to people whilst I'm still trying to trade myself. Mentorship questions I've got as well. I've got other businesses I do apart from this as well. So that's the whole reason why it's just taking this time. So just bear with me, and the Telegram will be there. That's no problem at all, Natalie. I'm correct. Yeah. So you just joined. If anyone's got a microphone, they can speak to me if they want to as well. It's not a problem. Just let me know. Yeah. It covers the majors and the minors at the moment. I don't really plan for it to have gold and indices and stuff like that. People got to understand that. I don't know what's out there, but I can't tell you someone's going to have a perfect system to start trading all these other types of stuff. You got to remember, like when it comes to indices, I know a lot of people will be like, yeah, does trade US 30 and NAS, and those things pretty much only buy. So it's not even hard to trade them from market structure. And I show my students that every Sunday when I do the technical analysis breakdown with them. Like I literally just jokingly say, look, here's the support, buy. We come back 3 weeks later, this thing's bought all the way and broke the high. And if I'm lying, any student that's in here right now can testify to that. It's just, you don't really need an indicator to trade those types of things. But the problem is that people keep trying to scalp other things like that. So you can make a lot of money scalping it, but you're always in a situation where you can blow your account very quickly. So that's what it is. So right now, for the beginner type trader, currency pairs is obviously always best. This is what you get introduced to most of the time. And that's why Neo works with currency pairs, because I'm expecting, this is why it's so clear and clean Neo. I want beginner traders to be able to trade this software. That's what it is. No problem, my friend. Okay, throw me some questions. Throw me some questions. Let me go back into the group, make sure more people can come in. Go back here. Realistically, the price of Neo, no, I wouldn't say it would increase. The price of Neo won't increase. This is fair for me to say. The price of Neo won't increase, but anything additional might, it might be a paid product or paid service as well. That's what it is. because there's other things. I'm looking for Neo to be a whole trading suite other than just this. Like, of course, this, remember, this is phase one. So Neo's not only going to look like this, it's going to be a lot more branded and things like that, like I've said. So yeah, when it comes into the trading suite, I'm looking for Neo to be a type of system where you're going to have this as your entry, but it's going to give you a lot more. Because realistically, even when I trade, I don't trade like this, like alone. I don't have just Neo just here and I'm just looking at only Neo. Neo will just give me, okay, yeah, this trade is ready. Then I look at the trade, I'm like, yep, I could take this trade. And then what I will have is I have all of my, basically all of my open trades. So most of the time when I'm doing anything else, I'm looking at my open trades, and any trade that is more red than the other, I'm looking at what's wrong with that trade. So if I see it's more red, then I'm like, oh, let me go over to that pair and see what's happening. And then when I go over to that pair, I'll be like, oh, okay, let me draw this here and say, okay, so I'm expecting to see if price goes to this level. Let's just say if price goes to this level over here, then I'm expecting it to keep selling. If it breaks that level, then okay, then I'm going to be out of that trade, or etc. So that's what I do. And something like that is something I'm probably looking to add in future to the trading suite. So something that's going to make, basically it's a trade management system. So make it a lot easier for you to be able to get into trades, to be able to manage your trades, to be able to do all these types of stuff alongside with Neo. So as soon as Neo's there, you go to your trade management system, you'll place your trade through there and it will do it a lot better for you, basically. So I'm looking for something like that, but that's probably for version 4 or 5. Now, you see, this is the question when it comes to Forex. You see, when it comes to questions about how much money will you make, how much money do you need, how quickly can I be profitable, how long can I be consistent, you've got to remember Forex is a reaction type market. I could give you a figure and everything like that, but there's no way of me knowing what they plan to do with the market next month. That's just Forex in general. If you want to trade any type of way, and the students have seen that more than anything, if you want to trade with Forex in general at all, you've got to realize that don't put a cap, a limit, a time frame on yourself. You doing that's going to hint. This is me giving you mentorship psychology advice here. That's going to limit your it's basically going to limit your psychology in terms of Forex. Do you get it? Because I could tell you that it's going to hit, it could hit 3,000 pips next month, but if it hits 500 pips, doesn't mean that you was not a profitable trader, but it just didn't hit what I expected it to hit. There's no actual way of me knowing how much you could make off of this in the next month, because it's circumstantial. It goes down to how much money you have in your account. It goes down to how much risk you're willing to take on any given trade. You know, it goes down to so many different things. But all I can tell you is that it has at least a 70% win rate from what I have counted. And that's in average market conditions. When we start going down into poor market conditions, then I would say it gives you a 60% win rate. But the best market conditions I have seen is about an 80 to 90% win rate. And that's with several things that I have given out there in terms of strategies. So vary in between those. Could you share what you use? I just use basic market structure when you're talking about what do you use to get into a confluence with Neo, because you got to remember, it's because it just looks like 3 lines. There's literally, I will kid you not, there's more than 10 indicators built into Neo, just those 3 lines that you're looking at the chart right now. So I don't need to do much more. Like I told you, the only other thing I've got to do is draw a line here and be like, oh, there's a resistance line there. Great. Like here, you can see here, like if I was to move this here, come on, MT4, there we go. You can see right here. So where is it? The entry was here. There's a resistance line here. So you can see straight away, I'm like, okay, if the entry for the sells here, the resistance line's here, yeah, I'm expecting price to hopefully respect at least this level here. Isn't it ironic that when it came to this resistance line, what did they do at one point? They broke it. Then they came here as well. And this is what was making me already know, because the JPYs this week and this pair here that I gave out, this is one of the pairs I gave out. They were acting very, very funny because they wasn't given entirely what the trades were supposed to do. I actually gave out these trades from here, but this one disappeared. It went about 65 or X amount of pips into profit. Sorry, this was 30, this pair. So even here, yeah, once I'll go over that after. I don't want to even go straight into it, but let's finish this one first. So once I'm seeing this level here, I'm like, okay, it's broke this level here. So it's either I let it go to stop loss, or I see if it is going to break that level entirely. Yep. It never actually broke that level. This trade actually shocked me. It actually shocked me. And it can happen to you. EU that I gave out the week before last did the same thing. It went like 2 pips away from stop loss. It was like 1.5 pips for it to go all the way to TP. 70 odd pips. Look at that, people. That's crazy. But it just does it. So it's one of those things that you just literally, I just use support and resistance. I don't overthink it. Neo's designed for you to not have to use other confluences for you to take a trade. It's literally used for you to take the trade. The only thing you've got to do is manage the trade. So although Neo gives you a trade here, it doesn't mean it has to go exactly to TP, you know, within 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. It might not go to TP1 for 24 hours, 48 hours sometimes. It might even push you all the way to your stop loss here, like close, but then go to TP. There's nothing I can do about that. There's no indicator in the world that can get you out of that situation. This is why risk management is real and is actually exist in Forex. You've got to learn how to manage your trades as well at the same time. And that's why I said in the future, I'm hoping to have a trade management suite as well, part of Neo. So hopefully that answers that question. But look at this, it hit TP, yeah? And then I told everybody in the group, yeah, no word of a lie. People need to see this, because what people don't see, yeah, is I'm going to go into more questions. And please, if you have questions, I'm here for you today. Don't worry. So, you know, I wish more people would come in and everything like that, because there's a lot for people to learn. But it's cool. So now we go to the general hangout. Yeah, hold on a second. Let me go back here. And let me go here. Trading area. Yep. So I'm already telling people from here that, you know, I'm looking at these pairs. I'm seeing, where is it? CAD CHF. I said something with CAD CHF. So, okay, this is GU. Yeah, let me see. Okay, yeah, here. Yep. So I've told them to open up CAD CHF and everything like that, and USD JPY. Told people not to over leverage. Look, you see, like here, I've given them the trades. This is before those trades that you're seeing as well. This is before I've given this to people. Yeah. Where are we? I've said something here though. Yeah, so even here, this is a great example. So you see, I gave that trade in on Friday, yeah, for CAD CHF, and I told every single person here, this is just me knowing how to trade. This is why I said trade management, and this is why I said this is a Q&A for mentorship as well. If people want to get into that, that's absolutely fine. Let me know after in a direct message, because trade management is real. Nothing can teach you these, nothing can help you with these things without you learning, basically. Like, no indicator is just going to throw it out there for you, like, here you go. So I said Monday, it's a 50-50 chance that they're going to either continue these trends that you're seeing or pull back. People were in CAD CHF to sell. What did they do? They pulled back. And I said, this is why people don't trade Mondays, yeah, as well. So this is me even giving people mentorship advice in this, in the Neo trading area, even though it's just an indicator supposed to be trading. And, you know, realistically, I could just give the indicator and tell people, oh yeah, get on with your journeys or whatever. So I'll do things like this, and I'll keep just telling people or advising people. And I did ask people if they want me to keep this area open. You know, I'll see how it goes. If it's something I can do, I will continue to do it. But if it's just for phase one, then it's for phase one. But it's something like that. So I just wanted people to be able to see that. Let's go back into here. Let me go back to the questions so we don't stay on any questions for too long. Do you work with me through a specific trading company, or load it on your trading company via? You just load it onto your chart through MetaTrader 4. So you could have any single broker. You could have absolutely any broker. It doesn't matter what broker you have. You can just pretty much load it onto your MT4, as long as you just give me your account number. So you'd give me your account number, which would be up here. Once you give me your account number, then I would be able to add you to the database, and you'd be able to type in your username, like I said. So you literally be able to type in your username. Just load this, give me a second. I'm getting a non-response. Give me 1 second, people. That's why. I see you. That stops it now. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so yeah, basically, so you just literally load it on your chart like this, put in your username, how I gave it to you, go to allow DLL, and then once you've done okay, you should see this on the top left here. That means you're just waiting for an entry signal. When an entry signal appears, this will basically appear. However, it does appear, and you can use it on MT4. It's not built for MT5 yet. Like I said, it's all part of phase one. Remember, phase one, I've got to integrate this into the market. It's a very new type of system, Neo. It might even change completely like this. I might even put it onto a web browser rather than even all of this, because one thing I don't want to do is I don't want to work with all of these other companies that have to allow me to use their services to put my indicator there, because putting just in general, and this is from a business point of view, I'm going to explain this to everybody in terms of being an entrepreneur. When you're trying to do things, try your level best to cut out the thing in the middle, because that thing in the middle can cause you a lot of problems sometimes. A typical example is I do business with PayPal. Yeah, I'm expecting PayPal to give me a decent service for me to be able to give my customers drop shipping items, yeah, drop shipped items. But PayPal decide to now put my funds either on hold or come up with any types of reasons they want. Certain times can happen randomly. It happened with me trying to buy a light for my car literally 2-3 days ago. They put my payment on hold to the gentleman I was buying the light from. Yeah. So when I've gone to buy the light, the gentleman's obviously looking like the money hasn't gone through to them. But now I've had to phone up PayPal, figure it out. PayPal said they've stopped doing business with eBay. This is where I've away from, and all these types of things. So when you've got all these things in the middle, basically, of whatever you're trying to do, it always can cause some type of longevity in what you're trying to create or what you're trying to do. So the best way I can, not every time you can do it, I understand. I try and cut out the middle person. And that's the reason why this is on MT4 and not TradingView or any other platform like that. TradingView's rules and regulations are ridiculously strict, and one bit of coding, if you use one bit of coding that might be related to somebody else's coding, they'll remove your indicator from the chart, they'll block your TradingView account. So imagine now I have 30 users that can't use, or how many other users, yeah, so let's say it's even the first 50. I've got 50 users now that can't use the product because TradingView said I copied one bit of coding, which most likely, you know, the coding you could copy could be a moving average. But how do you not copy a moving average? Because a moving average is a moving average. So it's just stuff like that. And even someone I worked with before on their whole indicator setup, I was witnessed their account was blocked 4 times. 4 times they were locked out of their account for a number of days just based on that. So and that was a little bit of a story, but I believe that will help people in their journey going forward. Try and cut out the middle person, because it causes headache a lot of the time when you're doing business, and that's to the best way you can, obviously. Yeah. Any other questions anybody's got for me there in regards to Neo? Have you got any other questions there? Okay, yeah, give me 1 second. So is currently any trades in a game from Neo? What do you mean by that, though, by the way? Do you mean like an actual video game, or what do you mean is currently any trades in a game from Neo? I'll go on to the next question, but if you could just answer, break that question down a bit more for me so I can just get what you mean. I mean, right, okay, running trades. Right now, is any running trades? No, not during this week, no. There is no more running trades at the moment. The last trades were the ones you see on the chart here. So I go back here. So the ones that did go this week, so there was CFJPY that did go about let's call that 50 pips. right there. So you can see your entry came in, it gave you 50 pips. You would have been able to get that. You would have taken either partial profits or to close the trade. It didn't go all the way to TP1. Fundamentals kicked in. There was clearly a level of support here, as you can see in the market. The market respected this level, and then it went back, boom. And again, look, we're going to go over this one. So I'm here for you guys and girls. If you've got the time, I've got the time today to answer questions for you. So give me a sec. Trading area. I'll just show you the proofs. Okay, yeah, here we go. Okay, so you can see right here, and this was before that buy happened. Bear in mind what I'm telling you here, because the biggest problem I have I feel like from people just understanding to join mentorship or to purchase Neo or to do anything like that. I'll give you that in a second, my friend. But I think the biggest problem people have is they're like, well, I want to see, probably, I don't know why, but I feel like they won't believe it until they start seeing the loads of things. But they got to understand that sometimes you have to take a leap of faith. And I get you might have taken a leap of faith over here or over there, but just being the person I am and seeing the questions I'm answering, just even in the basic group, should be enough. And also even the fact that the trades I give out and stuff like that in the basic group should be enough for people to understand that, there's a sense of legitimacy here. So now this is what I've told people before you saw that big buy on CFJPY. I said, I suspect, and this is me, it doesn't, it's the time here, it says it. This is at 1 in the morning in the UK. You've got Big John here, beady-eyed the chart, yeah, looking just to make sure that my traders are not, getting affected. And I'm like, I suspect the JPYs are going to buy one more time. That everything is looking real dodgy right now. The trends are not just giving way, etc., etc., etc. So I've done all of that. And then when we go back over to the chart now, where are we here? When we go back over to the chart, it obviously did do the move we needed it to do here. Some people were still in there. Some people cut the trade. Of course, that was just my own mentorship advice. Could have got into the trade, everything's to do with risk management. It can hit your stop loss. It can do whatever. That's fine. But there you go. It did do this basically. So I wasn't wrong. And this is just this. Remember, this was before this happened. This is just me knowing charts. Once the charts start doing this for a long period of time, especially at a high or at a low, this is me giving you mentorship advice here. Yeah, look how high this pair is. And once the chart starts doing that for a long period of time and doesn't just do the move, suspect the stop hunt. Suspect it. Start saying, nah, I see you, Mr. Banker. I see you. That's what you need to start saying. Suspect the stop hunt. And that's where it was. I'm like, nope. I checked 24 hours later, this pair was still consolidating up and down. I said, no, these people are they're easy, because people are putting in too many orders here for sales. So they're going to stop you out. And there you go. But that was one of your biggest keys. Remember what I told you, trade management. That was one of your biggest keys to say, you know what? Yeah, when this pair gave you X amount of pips here, you either take all of it or you take partial profits, especially when you saw this, when it touched this level here, the same support level right there, trade management. So like I said, I only use it with support and resistance. Kid you not, like the lines I'm showing you right here. It's not like, that's all I have to use it with, just to see if something's respecting an area and then maybe it won't break it. Okay, so let me see, what's that? So yeah, there was that trade, sorry. There was CAD CHF, USD JPY. There was GBP JPY that did 120 pips. Here was the entry. Boom. AED JPY still hasn't managed to hit its TP right now. I suspect that this trade wants to drop at least here, about 90 pips. It's just doing the same thing, consolidation. Did its fake out. This trade hit SL the first time, unfortunately. So your second entry still would have been here. It's not hit the SL just yet. So hopefully so it would go there. But no, I don't believe I gave, this wasn't a second entry, this one here. But I'm talking from a perspective of looking at a chart, I believe so. Did it give a second? I can't remember now. I have to go over that. So you'd have to bear with me on that. But I suspect that this pair will go to here anyway, regardless of all of that. Go to this level here. As you can see, this was a level of strong rejection for a buy, but we just have to see what it does. They're manipulating this pair a lot right now because it's just not selling when it should. That's that one there. And then, yeah, this is USD Mexican, but this is a test pair. It's not tuned for exotics at the moment, but of course, because I know what I'm doing in terms of market structure, everything like that. When I sort it out for a test run on any of these pairs, I put it only in places that make sense. And you can see right here, boom, it's buying already. It's already hit the first TP. This was a second entry here, which could be going towards there. Where are we? Trades. Okay, thanks. What is the average pips of stop loss? So it's not set to a set limit. What it is it's set to 1 to 2. It's set to 1 to 2 on the pair, basically. So set to 1 to 2 on whatever the pair's ADR is. So whatever the pair's ADR is, so if the pair's ADR is 50 pips, then the stop loss will be 25 pips. If the pair's if it's so yeah, then the TP will be 50 pips. So that's what it's set on. So just for transparency reasons, that's what the TPs and the stop losses are set to, set on the pair's ADR. That's what it is. Hopefully that answers that question for you. How many trades could you expect from Neo from 1 week? See, that's another thing there. It's like, remember, the markets is what it does. It could give you 15 trades one time. Let's just say now it could give you 3 trades another. It might not give you no trade at all. Neo is not based on it just saying, here's a trade, take the trade. It's based on the charts actually moving into a position. And then once the charts move into a certain position and all the confluences hit, then it's going to give you the trade. So I can't lie to you and tell you that you're going to get 5 trades a week, that you're going to get all this. They just will not. I'm very transparent and very honest whenever I've put a product on the table, and I try and answer every question the best way I can, but it just doesn't work like that. In general, I don't think anyone should really even be selling anything where they're telling you will get 5 trades, you will get this. How do they know? How do they know? They're gonna know, you know, that there's that meme, they go, they're gonna know. No, they're gonna know. How do they know? There's no way for you to know how many trades you can get said per week, because fundamentals will always change that mathematical result you end up with. It might not be week 1, it might not be week 2, but fundamentals will change your statistics, because we do not know what fundamentals are going to be before they're released. We just don't know. Should we still have an open pairs with Neo? In which case, no, you don't need to have any open pairs with Neo at the moment. If so, I would have put it there. Remember, trust me, if you're in mentorship, you will know I don't let you guys down. Like, I really don't. Remember all these pairs I'm showing you, I trade them myself. I'm not just trying to give people, I say, oh yeah, trade Neo, trade Neo, trade Neo, man, just trade it, just trade. No, all of these pairs I'm trading myself as well. So I have an embedded investment to be able to look at the charts myself, so I can take the trades myself. And then once I take the trades, not even once I take the trades myself, once I'm even in the position where I'm looking at the charts, therefore, if I'm seeing that a pair is going to appear, I'm going to have that pair open on Neo. And at the same time, I'm going to now give it to the Neo trading area people. You get it? So I'm going to be like, put this pair on the chart. But like I said, in future with the Telegram group, I won't even have to say, put this pair on the chart. You'll just get an alert through there. You'll just get an alert through the Telegram group, and then that's it. So that's where your alerts will come. So you just got to have Neo, the software. And then if you see it come in the Telegram group, guess what you do? You just go to that same pair that you've seen on the Telegram group, and then you can put Neo on that chart. You don't have to be waiting for something in a sense of, oh, let me put on this chart, that chart. Once you just see it in the Telegram group, you can just now say, okay, let me go and throw Neo onto that chart, do my support and resistance however I want to do it, and there you go. Like, simple here. So if you was to draw support and resistance, you've got an entry in here, boom, for the buy. What do you have here? If any of my market structure traders, what is going on here? Let me go here. You can see right here that this was a head and shoulders pattern. So you can see the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder, boom, went for a buy. That's what happened on this pair. Do you understand what I mean? So it will give you different types of setups. That's why I said it's all put into a confluence of, it's basically a break and a retest for you. That's what it is. And it will give you, if that's the layman's way of putting it, because Forex can be very basic if you just stick on the basics of Forex. You know, there is no magical ways of trading. I'm not saying Neo is some magical indicator, but what it does is when a lot of confluences line together to say that this is a better probability of a trade, that's what Neo is. That's the service you're paying for, basically. It's giving you that. And then a possible area of where it price can go towards, which is great. Should we do that? So that answers that question there. What size account would you recommend to start with? I've said that the account size is more Forex based than Neo based, you know, because you could start with $100, you can start with $50, you can start with this. But if you start with $50, don't expect to make any money. If you start with $100, don't expect to make money. If you start with $250, don't expect to make any money. If you start with, like, and when I say don't expect to make money, I'm saying don't expect to make, you know, $200, $300 a month off of this. Don't expect to do that. If you start with $1,000, you can start expecting to see some type of growth. So you might start making, you know, $50, $100, $200 a month off of Forex. And when I'm saying these figures, I'm talking about with realistic trading, because anybody can flip an account quickly and blow an account next week. Any one of us in here can do that. Yep. Absolutely anybody. And any single person could just blow an account straight away. So I'm talking realistic trading, you know, like I said, at the same time, I mentor people. So I have to be sensible of how I explain things. And yes, if you're starting with $3,000, yes, now you can start to look to make money. Now there's a better guarantee you'll be making $100, $200, $300, depending obviously the setups, how long you was able to hold the trades for. This is all reactional. We can't, you know, predict how long these trades will go for. It's just not possible. So that's how you start making more money, when you start saying $1,000, $3,000, $5,000. Now you're in a position where you can have a bit more leverage that makes sense. So if you was to able to get, there was 1,735 pips that was given out from Neo this in the last month of trading, and that's low. That's what I told everybody. That's low. So just work that out yourself. There was 1,000 literally pips that were given out. So even, and not, there wasn't 1,000 stop loss hits. I can work out all the stop loss hits. That's no problem. But I can even put it on an average. The stop loss hits only actually came in this week. And my suspicion is because NFP is next week. So there was only like AED JPY hit stop loss, USD JPY hit stop loss. And I think that was it. The other trades, I just told people to close. But if they didn't actually close the trades, they hit TP. So whoever did stay in them, some people did, that was it. So there was literally like 2 stop loss hits this whole month based on Neo. I'm not saying that's going to happen every month. I really am not. But yeah, that was it this week, this month, in terms of you not being able to take at least 50% profit off the table, put a break even, etc. So so it was a risk-free trade. So even if it didn't go to TP, so yeah, and there was 1,735 pips generated this month. So again, that's down to the person. If a person comes into the game with $10,000 investment and can take 0.03s and 4s and 5s on these trades, of course, they're going to make much more money than someone that comes in with $100 investment and then decides to get Neo. And I have people like that all the time that have, you know, I really pray more people come to me with $10,000 so I could teach them how to be sensible. not even to teach them, oh yeah, you can make lots of money, just to teach them how to be sensible. Because I get a lot of problems with people that come to me with lower money. They're expecting results so fast. And I'm like, I can't give you that. And I'll tell them, if anyone could be honest with you, you could check my direct messages when I speak to people. I just tell them straight, Forex ain't like that. Don't come to me with $100, you know, and try and think I'm going to help you flip it. I'm not going to do that. I just tell them straight away, I'm not in that behavior, regardless if they're like, I'll give you £50 for Neo. Yeah, can I get these? I'll just say, my friend, I don't want it. I don't want someone else's like bad emotions around my aura. I'm that type of person. I don't want that. If they're going through depression and stress, I don't want it. So when it comes to how much account money and stuff, you can see I'm very passionate about telling people, keep your leverage low, because I've had some bad messages from people that I don't want, in terms of, you know, they're in depression now because they've lost money in Forex. And, you know, it starts to put you down once you get to that period, after a period of time, you know, starts to put you down as a trader. And I don't want that. So keep your money safe. And that's why I'm like, chill, man, chill, just chill. Yeah, so blow your accounts. Question, if it goes into profit and then reverses, loss, then reverses again to cross entry point. That's up to you as a trader. Personally, if it goes to the loss zone, I wouldn't take the trade anymore. You know, you just got to let the trade be. Like I said, it's like, more than anything out of all of this, and anyone that does go back to watch this, you know, I really do. It's going to go into YouTube. This is why I had to mute the microphones, just so people can understand what I'm talking about here. Yeah, and I didn't want there to be any like swearing or anything like that in it as well, for monetizing reasons. But you gotta understand that trading is a psychology long-term game. So if a trade does do that, if you are looking at this long term, do you really want to enter the trade again? Probably not. Just leave it. There's no need. There'll be another trade next week. Like, Neo's not just started working since I've released it. Neo's been working for years. This is what I mean. Like, and that's not me just saying it just because it's my product. No, it's me just saying it because it's the truth. It's been working for years. I wouldn't be able to show trades if it hadn't been working. I wouldn't been able to go week after week to my VIPs and show them that look at this and then look what's happened next. Look at this and look what's happened. You know, I was doing a lot of it to the general group, but I said it to my VIPs the last week. I said the main reason why I stopped even posting all of these trades in the general section is because I'm asking for something so simple for some people sometimes. If we want to talk on the level, yeah? And all I've asked for people is that if you do take a trade and you do make money from the trade, just say you took the trade and you made money from the trade for social reasons. I'm not even telling you to buy mentorship, do anything if you don't want to. That's completely up to you. But the least anyone can do is be like, I took the trade, John, thank you. Don't just come and only be my friend, basically, if I'm trying to make you some type of profit. That's not really cool. That's just me as an individual, and that's what I stand by. That's not really cool. Like, just do that. That's all you got to do. Just thank you, John. I took the trade just because it helps with social proofing. So I don't have to answer 25 more questions based on, oh, but can it do this? Or are you that person? Or do you understand what I mean? I'm sure anyone can get my point of view when I'm saying that. It just helps with social proofing. If people just actually say, you know, I took the trade based on what you said. Thank you very much. It did what it did. So yeah, that's why I've just stopped and I focus more on my VIPs now because they've invested into their time and they've invested into what they're learning and they see the results of it. So yeah, that's kind of that. Like I said, I like to answer questions thick and full so everybody has a little bit more in there. Hope everybody's liking this session so far, by the way, just so I'm not, I know no one else is talking, I'm just the only one talking in terms of speaking, but I am getting a lot of questions asked for anybody on YouTube that is watching this. There's a lot of questions and I'm answering the questions. So that's why I'm saying all of these types of things. I don't think they're going to be able to see the chat on YouTube. So I'm just saying it there anyway. So what else is there? Let's see. So yeah, in terms of mentorship, does anybody have any questions in terms of that? Yep, and it's a lot more as well. So when I do go into mentorship, like I'll show you now, this is what I've been doing. Like I said, even on YouTube, you know, like I'm trying to be as cool as anybody can be in terms of Forex. So give me a second. I'll just go over here, share, go over here. So in the mentorship, this is basically something I'll do. So I've been doing this on YouTube as well. When you see my free pips one that I was giving out, but in the mentorship, I'll go every single pair. So here's just the majors right now that I've got here pretty much so. And yeah, I'll just be marking out the charts like this. Like literally, I told everybody in the, which day was it? So it was here. So even this day here in the VIP group, I told them that GU is looking at a sell because I had this area here marked up as an area of interest. I've said that the market, this is just basic market structure. And this is what I do in the gold level of mentorship. I go over this very in depth, but even in the basic level, I'm still doing this every single Sunday. I'm doing a technical analysis meeting. And there's some people that just literally just stay in mentorship just because of that's what I do on the Sunday. Do you get what I mean? And I get it because it's helpful. And this is why I say it now. I'm like, just based on the fact of the mentorship and the cost of the mentorship, what I'm giving you every single Sunday in terms of all the pairs, we're talking about every single pair and pretty much go over here, gold, silver, even indices as well. Every Sunday I'll have a technical analysis Zoom where I'll break down the whole pairs for like between an hour to 2 hours every single Sunday is what I'm doing. And yeah, I'll just basically explain certain things. So I'll be like, okay, so right now I'll be like, GU's buying all the way up to this level here. We're expecting GU to probably go towards this high here. The reason why it's going towards this high here, so I'm not just telling you, you know, it's going up there. The reason why is because we can see that there's liquidity in the market up towards this area. There's liquidity in the market in this area here because we can see that there's wicks left as rejection, right here in the market. So most likely what happens when liquidity is there, the market wants to buy up towards that area to go and cover this liquidity. If anyone's trying to understand what I'm talking about here, you can see here there was a liquidity left here. So when the market got to this level and was consolidating, it sold. When it sold, what did it do? It went to go cover this liquidity over here, and it will continue to do that in different and various ways. Like you can see here, there was liquidity over here. So this is why this time when GU wanted to sell, it sold a little bit more than this time, and it broke this level because it needed to cover the liquidity it left over here from January. So this is what the market's doing most of the time. It's going to liquidity spots. Now, this is not a strategy. I always tell people it's a form of technical analysis when I'm saying this. So I will use this, yeah, and then I'll be able to see. Remember, I told you I'm just trading market structure. Neo gives me an entry for my trades that I need. Literally, that's not a joke. That's what I'm doing. But I'm aware of how to trade market structure as well. And market structure, that's what I said. If people have any issues with that, they can join the mentorship and I can teach them how to do that further. But if not, you don't need to, because I figured out, you know, even though to me it looks very basic, to a lot of people, this doesn't look basic. It might look confusing as hell. And I get it. Forex is like a foreign language when you first, you know, get into it. I can't grab any random one of my friends and be like, yeah, let me teach you Forex, you know, and this is my friend. And I'll be like, yeah, if it goes here, it's going to sell. And then they'll be talking like, John, what are you talking about, man? So I get it. And that's why I created Neo, and why Neo is so basic looking in terms of an indicator, because I try to remove all of this from the chart for people so they don't have to do all of that. But yeah, this is what I'll do. So I'll just go over here. So even like while I'm here with you guys and girls, I'll just even go over it. So if we're looking at EU right now, yeah, just so you can get a feel of what mentorship is like, yeah. If we are going to EU right now, give me a second. You can see they're obviously being pagans. I call them pagans. I call them Judases, the bankers. You know, everyone's aware of what pagan and Judas is, I'm sure. They were clearly creating market structure for a buy trend here, but then they wanted to do a rapid stop hunt right here to take every single person out. It was obviously to clear any bit of liquidity they had to the downside. Also, it was to take out every single person's stop. So a lot of people had stop losses in between this level here. This is a daily time frame I'm on by the moment. I always check my charts on a daily or higher, and then I'll go down to a lower time frame to enter. I don't check my low, even though you see me a lot on a 15-minute chart, I do not trade just looking at a 15-minute chart. I go higher and then go lower. So we can see that there was obviously the market bought up with a nice bullish engulfing candle here. And then we started to see market structure was forming here. This was one of the trades that actually did give out in the for Neo as well. You can see Neo gave us an entry here for a continuation of a buy. And then what we did manage to see here is that the market got up to this level of resistance. It did try to fake out for a breakout here, but you can see I already have my levels here. So I pretty much would have been out of the market here or taken off a vast majority of my profits here. If I was looking at a level of where the market could have continued to go towards, yes, I was looking at the buy going up towards this level up here long term. But again, this is how big you have of an account size, is how long you'll be able to hold it for. So the bigger account you have and the more reasonable you are being with your lot sizes, you'll take off partial profits as the market is moving to these levels right here, as you can see. So right now the market failed to break this level. It did break this level. It failed to break this level right here, which is fine. We can understand why it did that. There's actually technically a level of support around about this level here, as we can see. So when we pay closer attention to this level of support, we can see right here, you see right here that the market had a rejection candle off of here for a bullish buy. So this was a level of, it's an old level of support, a new level of resistance. Old level of support, as you can see, new level of resistance. So when the market got to here, it just could not break that. And I take it fundamentals on the euro must have caused this. That's the only thing I can imagine. But what did it do? Even though it did all of that fancy jazz it wanted to do today, it didn't really break this low though, did it? So it's gone down to there. So if the market respects this level down here, yep, if the market respects this level down here, then we're looking at a continuation of a buy going back up. And where are we looking at an overall level of where the market can go towards? The liquidity left behind up here and up here and over here. So there you go. That's how you break down a chart with me. I can go into another one if you want me to, I don't want to just go into every single chart, but that is basically what I do in the mentorship. I'll be breaking it down like that with a little bit more, of course. Mentorship students know that, but that is what I'll be breaking down. I'll be giving you this, so then you're aware of, even if you're trying to get into a trade, what the trade should overall be doing. So you're trading a lot more confidently. And remember, again, I'm doing this every single week for you. And you've got even if you miss the session, it's recorded. So I send you a link so you get to go over every single pair. So any pairs you specifically take yourself, you can look at them. But you've already got me giving you an analysis. I'm literally making it so real and so raw that I'm not even marking up the charts myself before coming into the Zoom. I mark up my own charts with you, just so you can see exactly how I mark up my charts in the mentorship. Any questions based on that or anything? Any questions on that so far, people? Or anything else to do with mentorship? No problem at all. No problem at all. Anybody else got any other questions? Don't be shy. Don't be shy, please. Yeah, it's many people don't catch the mentorship. Sometimes it's only like a couple people in the mentorship Zoom. It doesn't bother me because, like I said, I'm going to do it regardless. Like I said, all of this stuff that I'm showing you, teaching you, anything like, I'm doing it regardless myself. Like I said, I'm not just doing it for the basis of, oh, let me just show some people some stuff. Like, I'm literally doing it regardless. So if I'm doing it with people, it's an extra. It's just there. So yeah, it's recorded and you'd be able to go back and watch it. Literally, you'd be able to go back, watch it yourself. It's no problem. Mentorship Zoom is based on, because I'm in the UK, so I've kind of got to make it based, so I've got the good time really, but it's based on 6 p.m. London time. Like I said, if you go in the general group, I've put a world clock in there, so you can see in here, and you go in here, anybody can use this world clock, and you go right here, this world clock here, and then when you go to this website, you can go to it just so you can see it. Go to it, it shows you London time, so 6 p.m. London time on a Sunday. So this Sunday, I'll be doing it again. Like I said, just alone on that, you just go into this section here, mentorship program right here. And it's right here. Here's all the prices for it. So there's 2 different payments for mentorship. You've got to pay. Sorry, no, it's just one. Yeah, if you just want to get into mentorship, it's just that basically. So yeah, you can pay through PayPal, BTC, or PayPal, BTC USD, or Skrill. That's it. There is one that comes with signals at the moment, but like I said, in my signal service at the moment, I've had actually bad trades in that signal service at the moment. I'm actually disappointed in that account, but I will not let that account justify my trading. So right now, I haven't even been adding no new people to the signal service, even though they've been asking me. I've been very transparent with anyone, and I said, nope, not until I get my account back into good standing. I'm not going to join anyone in there. So right now, if you just want to join the mentorship, I'm just like, cool, that's no problem at all. So if you're looking at it, then it's just 70 USD, or it'll be 50 GBP a month. That's what it'll be, whichever way you want to put it. That's that one there. So that's literally what I'm doing in that. So any other questions you've got in mentorship or anything like that? Any other questions for Neo? Anything at all? Okay, I'm still here with some people. Some people still rocking with me. Don't be quiet. Don't be shy, people. Don't be shy. Ask questions if you're there. Ask questions. It's not every day I do a general group meeting. GJ, we are looking at continuation of a sell on GJ right now. These are my levels I've got marked up here. So you can either screenshot these levels if you want, or you can, it's going to be on YouTube anyway. So either or, it's there. That is GJ. I don't believe obviously it's going to go all the way down here straight away. I believe it's going to go at least probably up to like this level here or something like that. Don't believe. Let's see if we see liquidity, maybe up to this level here, this liquidity here. But that's still a nice drop. Would you say 6 months of mentorship I could be profitable? I would say you would start to be consistent. Yeah, I know. Let's make it fair. Yeah, I would say you become a break-even trader. Yeah, and then a break-even or consistent trader. But when I would say profitable, it obviously that depends on what your understanding of profitable could be. Your understanding could be, you know, I'm making 500 a month now, 1,000 a month, 100 a month. It depends. But you definitely could be profitable. It's not impossible. But trading is very seasonal, so it depends. Like by the time it comes to Christmas, the markets are going to be slow, so you can't be expecting a lot of setups in terms of trading. Yeah. So therefore, that takes a month, 2 months. Yeah. So it takes, yeah, exactly so. So it takes, you know, 2 months out of your 6 months. And this is why I say you shouldn't never, ever put a time scale. Like, trust me. One thing, don't do it to your psychology, because if you don't do it, for whatever reason, you're going to start adding more pressure to your psychology. Do you get it? And you'll see, go across the board and more traders, even traders that have been trading a lot longer than I have, they'll tell you this. They'll tell you. They'll say, hold on, they'll say that you putting time restraints on trading and stuff like that, it's just not worth your time. If you want to look at trading properly, think of trading as something that, you know, and I tell everyone, don't quit your job straight away when you're doing trading. Just don't do it. Trust me. Don't do it. I did it. I'm not going to lie to you. I did it. I've quit my job straight away. Yeah, that I was working at the time. I was like, yeah, I'm good. But I'm an entrepreneur at heart. So I'll always be doing something else. So I've started to do, I was already doing drop shipping anyway, but then I was working at the same time. So then I was like, okay, you know what? This was obviously during COVID times. I've literally said at this point, I said, you know what? I'm just going to quit. I'm just going to go trading full time and do all this stuff. Exactly. And I get it. And that's one of the main reasons why it's the main reason why I'm saying do not quit. Like some people, I get they've got the pressures of life and everything like that against them. But when you're doing that, you're adding unnecessary pressures, and the market maker loves it. The banker loves it. They love it. They want you to quit. You know why? Because you're going to make poor trading decisions. That's what they want you to. You know why you'll make poor trading decisions? Because when that rent bills come in, that electric bill, that car finance, whatever a bill it is coming, you're going to be like, oh, let me just try and flip this account. Let me just flip it quickly. Like, the trade looks good. And the banker is going to just be there licking his or her lips. They're going to be licking lips, ready for you to go there. And the bank has unlimited funds to be able to take people out of the market. They only release the market when they want to. Literally, if they don't want to release the market, they're going to choke hold you as long as possible. As part of one of the trades I'm in the Signal account, they will choke hold you until you can't scream no more. Literally. So yeah, just don't put that pressure in yourself. Take it easy. And just be patient. It's a long-term game. Like GJ, we've been waiting for GJ to drop for how many days now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it hasn't really moved in almost the whole week. It hasn't really done anything this week. It's kind of like sold a bit. But then all you're going to do is you're going to eventually just see this thing do, like, we'll go back to, I'll put in the general group after. This thing's going to end up dropping like 300-400 pips. If it's not next week, maybe the week after, just do something ridiculous like that. And then you'll be like, oh, wow. So you just got to be patient. It just depends on how long it takes them to release the money. So that's why I said don't put a time scale on it, because you're trying to put a time scale on making money from Forex. So you think about it, but you've got no idea of when the bankers want to release this money. So they're going to mess up that number you've got of 6 months as often as possible. And they want to do that. So it plays with your psychology. That's what they want to do. So yeah, just take it easy. Take it easy. That's the best way I can put it, man. You'll get it. You're in the right places. For you to even be here in this Zoom, you're already in one of the right places in terms of learning about Forex. You're already there because you're trying to put yourself around people that are doing what you're doing. So it makes sense. So you're already there, my friend. You're already taking the first steps. You know what I mean? Any other questions, people? Don't be shy. No, that's no problem, man. That's no problem. Like I said, this is what my Zooms are like. So anybody that is watching this wants to get in there, this is where it is. Obviously, I do a lot more in the mentorship Zoom in terms of the technical analysis. I'll go over every single pair and everything. But whilst I'm going over the pairs, I'll have general conversation with my students as well, just to enlighten them or to just give them some, some questions. What do you want to know about indices, man? Ask me. Like, you're here, man. You're here with me. You was dedicated. You said, I'm going to be at this Zoom because I want to speak to Big John. Ask me the question, my friend. Ask me. What do you want to ask me? Yeah. This is what I've got for US 30 right now. So you can see, before I've even touched the chart, this is what I was basically telling the students. I told them, this is even from a YouTube video as well. So as much as I am saying people, there's this service and stuff like that, I give out a lot of free content on YouTube for people to be able to make money. The thing is people want me to show them how to make money like quickly, even though they'll say there's not, they kind of do want me to show them how to make money quickly. And that's why I would say more people are not even making decent money from Forex because of that. So next week, NFP, is it better to wait until after NFP to trade? Yeah. And even part of the Neo setup, like I said, I've specifically programmed Neo not to trade next week. But I did say, like, what I'm showing you here, mentorship stuff, I'll give out any trades because I'm not going to, just because I have a belief that NFP is not a good week to trade. I'm not going to stop other people from trading, especially if they've paid for a service. I will put out ideas in the Neo trading area. So I'll put out charts that, this pair looks like it can do this, but it's not, I'm not trading. I'm not trading. Neo's not set up to trade either. So if anybody does want to trade by any means, because maybe they, they've got extra $50, why, I don't know, whatever, they can trade. Is, I'm not stopping anybody. There's no right or wrong way in that sense. So NFP, I would just wait. Personally, I am not trading NFP. In the long term, think of this and what I'm going to say to you. And as anybody watching this, listening, etc. Yeah. Remember this, you got into this to get financial freedom, not to be at the charts every single day and everything like that. So now you're in a position where you don't have to work weekends once you become a consistently profitable trader in the near future. Yeah. And then also you have a get out, you've got like a whole free card. Yeah. No, you kick out of the market for the whole week. That's what I am doing. So you've got 3 weeks that you just have to trade for. So literally every single month, you've got a whole week off plus weekends. That's it. You're only really working like, what, 14 days or something weird like that. Like once you become a consistently profitable trader, you're good. And you got to realize once you get to a proper point, you're going to only have to make like 1 or 2% trading small lot sizes like 0.30s and stuff like that on a huge 100,000 whatever account. And you're going to be making a couple $1,000s a week. Like you're going to be trading light. So you don't need to trade next week is what I'm trying to tell you. It took me over a year. That's what it took me. It took me about just over a year. That's what it took me. And you got to understand, once you get to that point, yeah, it's like it takes everybody something different. I've met people that have done it in 6 months. I kid you not. I've met people that have done it haven't done it in 5 years. No, of course. And I know that, but that's what I said. It's everybody's different. Everybody's different. One person that came, I always say it, like, I love her to pieces, man, because she's so cool. And everything she's brought to the table for me in terms of Forex, in terms of trusting people, because even in this industry, it's not easy to trust people and stuff like that, is Ninja. Yeah. Now, what she's done was amazing because she was one of my students. Not that I taught from the ground up, but I gave pieces of information to or put her in places. She did a lot of the work herself. I will never take any credit from what she's learned herself or what she's done herself. Yeah. But she's come forward to me and she's learned some stuff from me. Do you get what I'm saying? And then she's been put into the right places as well. So I've said, okay, join this group, join that group. And then whatever she's done from there, all on her own accord, I completely give her all the props to that. But she was able to make more money from Forex than I made quicker than me. Do you get what I'm saying? And why I'm saying this whole point is because this is someone I like personally know now, not only just a student. They're like, this is someone like now I'm knowing because she's an admin in the group. She's the only other admin in the group, yeah, in my Discord. And that's why I'm using this story, is that you got to understand that everybody's journey is different. Even when she did it, I didn't even bat an eyelid. I'm like, I'm even like, wow. Like, I'm astounded that it is even possible for someone to even just come in. This is someone that came in, she'll tell you herself, from blowing accounts, yeah, to being in a position where she's just literally, boom, excelled crazy to profit numbers I didn't even touch at that period of time. Do you understand where I'm coming from? So why I'm using it again is every single person is different. So even if it's taking me that time, it might take you less, it could take you more. Just depends. I can't tell you that. It just depends on your journey and how much time you put on the charts and everything like that. Like, I know I've fast forwarded my journey so quickly because like I told you, I quit my job for it. Like, I gave up everything to put into Forex. Do you understand what I mean? And that's why I'm in this position. It's not because, and I understand that I'm not naive to that fact. I'm not going to tell someone that, you know, like you said, you've got 4 kids, you know, you might have your full-time job as well. I'd understand if it took you an extra 2-3 years. I'm like, boy, it's, you know, it's not easy having 4 kids and having to look after the whole family. I completely understand that. So yeah, it's just kind of like that. You know what I mean? So any other questions for me? Any other questions, people? I know down in America, it's still early times right now. Where is it, like 8 p.m. in America? Let's even check, actually. It's the world clock. Let's check New York time. It's like, it's not even 7 o'clock yet. It's still 6. Where's all my Americans at? This is early. They're probably still at work. That's probably why. All right, I take it if there's no more questions from anybody, then I'll pretty much leave it there. For anybody that is watching the video and wants to, let's go back here. Anybody? Okay, yeah, I'll answer that question in a second. Yeah, so if anybody does want to purchase me or anything like that, just join the link in the description that goes to my Discord. You can also message me on Telegram. I do not have a Telegram group in terms of like a group where there's easy Forex. Of course, there will be for the Neo alerts, but that's not like a speaking group for everyone to be in, basically. It's just in terms of you just get it's like a signal group almost, literally. So if you do, thank you very much for that as well, by the way. Yeah, if you do want to purchase it, then you can hit me up in a conversation on Telegram. I'll put you through to my Discord anyway. It's probably just better to just get me on Discord. We can have a proper conversation. I can explain things better to you if this video hasn't explained some things to you as well, like kind of live version of explaining. There is also the Neo playlist on YouTube as well. You can check everything out there. And if you want to get into mentorship as well, same thing, hit me up in Discord. Like I said, I did this so that people can see that one, it's legitimate, I'm here. I'm not just a YouTube guy saying, oh yeah, join this. So people can actually see that I'm doing Zooms with anybody out there. You know, I might do another one of these Zooms next month as well, just to get another one just to answer questions, any updates on Neo, mentorship, or just other little trading things as well. So you don't want to miss that one as well. Make sure you obviously subscribe to the channel so you catch me when I'm going to do that one. And yeah, I'll answer this last question on this one. So yeah, you'll be set up for Sunday. I'm pretty much, you got to understand right now, of course I do other things as well, but in terms of Forex, because I'm not where I want to be in Forex yet, I'm still living, breathing, eating Forex. Do you understand? And what I'm saying by that is that you know, I'm always going to be even before this Zoom, I had a psychology seminar up for myself. I was back testing some charts to tweak to see if I can set up some extra little programs on Neo to make sure that Neo's even tighter. Like, this is me. I do this. Do you get what I mean? Like, I literally do this. That's why, like, once again, that's why I am where I am. So I'll be there. So if you sort that out, I'll get you into the mentorship programs. No problem whatsoever, my friend. It's no problem. You'll be in there for Sunday. And before I bounce, any other questions? If not, I'm going to cut the Zoom there. And leave it like that. Nope, nothing. All right then, cool. All right, people. Peace out. See you later. Take care.